In an alternate reality where T'Challa is the sole survivor of Wakanda, ravaged by the invincible King Killmonger, will T'Challa be able to quench his thirst for vengeance? After King Killmonger obliterated the entirety of Wakanda with all his forces, his purpose was to capture T'Challa, the Prince of Wakanda. However, his parents, the King and Queen, sent him to the sacred land of Jalia, where the spirit of Wakanda still lives. Years later, on the planet of Chandler, where remnants of countless races from different galaxies were residing, the elite ones were allowed to walk and live on the surface. The poor, on the other hand, were forced to live in the sky slums, and if you fall, you die. In the midst of all this, the creature gets pushed from a window. He was counting his last moments. However, he was saved by the mysterious Sky Spider. In reality, it was T'Challa who had been lurking in the shadows and training all this time. He asked the survivor about the identity of those who had attacked him. The creature revealed that the ones who attacked him were the harbingers of Killmonger, aka the War Panthers. T'Challa, however, disagreed with this statement, saying that they are just a bunch of mercenaries and marauders who don't deserve this title. Using the vibranium remnants of the ship, T'Challa had managed to build an armor for himself. Following this, he ambushed the soldiers, announcing Black Panther's return. He ordered them to inform Killmonger that the last prince of Wakanda, T'Challa, has returned. As expected, those measly soldiers didn't believe him and attacked him. With their battle going on, Killmonger's warship appeared out of nowhere and absolutely obliterated the entire planet. He didn't even bother fighting T'Challa head-on, as he was not much of a threat, and is not worth his time. Despite all this destruction, T'Challa was safe, all because of his vibranium armor. After spending 15 years on Chandler, T'Challa had to leave the planet on his ship. However, this incident made him realize that the vibranium reserves he possessed are not enough, and that he needs to collect more. The only way he could get his hands on more vibranium was through Killmonger's shipwrecks. Using his intelligence, T'Challa had managed to build an artificial intelligence system inside his suit. After calculating the distance from the ship to the wreck, he jumped on it, even though there was a possibility that he might die. Despite this, he was ready to take that risk. He knew that if he doesn't get his hands on some more vibranium, he won't be able to fight Killmonger. After scavenging as much vibranium as he could, T'Challa saw some surviving soldiers who were left to rot by their god king Killmonger. One of them begged T'Challa to not leave him alone, but it was all in vain, as T'Challa heaved him into the outer space. With all this vibranium, T'Challa's next target was Killmonger's ship. He somehow managed to locate him. Following a calculated leap towards the ship, T'Challa managed to set foot in Killmonger's throne room. Killmonger, on the other hand, believed that T'Challa was still alive, and they would definitely meet one day. He mocked T'Challa for his crude and rusty armor he had built from scratch. Despite all this training and effort, T'Challa's vibranium armor was no match for Killmonger's destroyer armor forged by the gods themselves. He also called T'Challa a second-rate copy of Tony Stark, and using his axe, he hurled him into the outer space through the same hole he had created. Floating in outer space, T'Challa became part of a burning star. 3 days had passed since Killmonger apparently killed T'Challa, following a one-sided battle. Following all these events, Robbie Reyes, Deathlock, and Tony Stark from different dimensions were gathered to locate the remnants of T'Challa and defeat Killmonger. After sensing a signal from the burning sun, the heroes decided to enter the star in their ride. What they saw inside was a cocoon of vibranium with T'Challa inside it. As they got out of the star, it was time for T'Challa's rebirth. He had absorbed the power of the burning sun and become the Vibranium Man. Would he be able to defeat Killmonger with his newly attained power? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.